Hi, so I had to move outside because my family would continue to interrupt me. I'm sure you guys have similar situations. The dog may still um, interrupt. Actually, I'm working off of a work computer. It's just a tablet, and Cece jumped up in my lap the other day, and the tablet like flipped off, and I cracked the screen. So. So it could happen. Anyway, the goals and objectives of the class, I have to actually read them because I wrote this a long time ago. So it's to provide future librarians with a foundation in practical legal research. That's all true. Um, this will help you to assist your patrons in a variety of legal research questions in all types of libraries. And I do think that this course can be valuable for people who don't intend to be law librarians. Um, it's an elective, but it can be used in place of the general reference class. So we're going to cover all of the general reference issues like the reference interview, patron dif difficulties with patrons, and then we won't cover all of the general reference materials, but just the legal one. So that's really the difference. But I think that it could be valuable to you even if you're not going into the legal field because a lot of the issues are the same. But it could really help you. I didn't take a class like this, and I just started a job where I had to do it, and it was terrifying because, like library science, the law field is very jargony, and people refer to things just by the author name, and if you don't know what they're talking about or all the acronyms of the laws, they ask you a question, you have no clue what area of the law, you're just sort of lost. And so this would give you a basis to just be like, okay, I know I at least don't have that initial terror. And you know where to go to get help if you can't figure it out. So at the conclusion of this class, you'll be able to conduct efficient and effective legal research using primary, secondary legal materials, print, and electronic. Explain to patrons choice of resources. So this is a huge thing that librarians do is we don't just answer the questions, we help people find the correct resource to use so that they can answer the question. And that's what we'll get to. And that's probably the most important thing you'll take out of the class, though maybe not. And then you'll discuss important issues in the creation, distribution, and use of legal information, which I kind of tend to go down the rabbit hole and get in the weeds sometimes because those are the interesting issues, not sort of information policy questions. And that's really that's the part of my job now that I like the most about copyright. Information policy. Not just what the laws are, but what they should be. So the readings, we do have a lot of different readings and different materials that you'll access for the discussions, the Canvas discussions. And those are all linked or uploaded in the course. They're all linked in there. So you shouldn't have to purchase anything. We're using an open educational resource, which is this textbook that's available. You can print it out. So I know some people in the past have liked that, being able to print it and notate it there. So you can do that. And I do try to link to each. I don't know if I link to the individual chapters. I don't know. I probably should, but I don't know that I do. And there's no final exam. There's actually no quizzes or exams of any kind. I've thought about doing that in the past, but I don't really like it, so I don't do it. So reference questions. So I get the most questions about the reference questions, but then after like the first time you do it, you're like, oh, okay. Like some you just have to like actually do them, and then you'll understand like the point of it. Um, so I have 5 questions every week for like 9 of the weeks, and the idea I took most of these from my work, or occasionally I've had students who worked at like state law library, public libraries, law libraries, where they had typical questions, and so I've kind of put those in there as well. And you basically just answer the question, but the idea is so that you'll go through the process of answering the question, and you will keep track, kind of like a research journal. You'll keep track of how you answer the question, but they're not meant to be very long questions. They're meant to be like fairly short research. Some of them are a little bit longer. Um, I mean, reference, not research. Some of them are a little bit longer, just to give you an idea of like the range. Mostly I don't want you to spend more than like 15 minutes on something unless it really interests you. And your grade isn't based on if you get it right or not. I don't even know if there is a right answer to some of these things. It's just to give you experience, so that you'll have experience looking for things, and that you'll get into a habit of developing a process. And also to show you how really easy the job can be. It's not a difficult job, and also to see if you even like it, because if you don't like doing these, then this is probably not the type of librarianship you want to do. That's the idea. It's a huge chunk of your grade, but like I said, it's just completion. So if you just take a stab at it, I mean, it's time consuming. I know that's the worst part about this class. There's a lot of homework. But that's library school. I mean, unfortunately, it's just to get you sort of used to doing the stuff that you'll be doing if you become a librarian. So that's it.